If you're a Taylor Swift fan, then last night was a pretty big night for you because there was a lot going on at her show. Last night was the last night of this leg of her Eras tour, and it was night 6 in LA. Fans had speculated she was going to make a huge announcement, as there's been so many hints pointed to a potential 1989 re-recording being announced, and fans were actually right, as she did in fact announce that 1989 Taylor's version would be released in October. But shockingly, this re-recording wasn't even the biggest shocker of the night. Since fans sort of predicted it, the biggest shock of the night happened to be when KLOSS showed up at the show and wasn't in the VIP celebrity section, which might sound ridiculous, but we're gonna get into why this is a really big deal, because I feel like if you're in the Taylor community and you love Taylor Swift, then you kind of know a little bit about the drama, but truly, it gets crazy. KARLIE was spotted at the stadium by fans, and at first when I saw photos of this, I was like, there's no way that's her. It must be like some lookalike or something. But then more and more started coming out, and it was in fact her. She actually went to the Eras tour, and I really just thought there was no way, because of the history that she has with Taylor and the alleged bad blood between them. And for those of you who don't know, KARLIE and Taylor used to be best friends. So close that some believe there might have been a little more to the story, but yeah, they were really close. They met years ago and were practically inseparable, always going on trips together, posting photos, going to lunch, going to dinner, events, everything they seemed to do together. They even graced the cover of Vogue together in 2015. They did a video shoot with Vogue where they took the friendship test, and the entire time they just sang praise to each other. But strangely, the video was deleted last week on KARLIE's birthday. Definitely weird. I don't know why it was deleted, but fans were suspicious. I mean, after all these years, like, why would you just delete it in 2023? But I don't think we're gonna get an answer for that. Basically, in 2016 was one of the last times the two of them were publicly spotted out together. Although KARLIE was still trying to make it seem like her and Taylor were good friends still. She had wished Taylor a happy birthday that December, and she had also wished her a happy birthday in 2017. But fans just felt like something was really going on, and I mean, even celebrities were wondering what was going on, because in 2018, Jennifer Lawrence did an interview for her upcoming movie and said that she wanted to know what was going on between Taylor and KARLIE.
I mean, honestly, I'd like to know what's going on between KARLIE, KLOSS, and Taylor Swift. Like, that's the honest to God truth.
I know, I already know this.
Is nobody else just like curious? It's keeping me up at night. What happened?
In summer of 2018, KARLIE had also gotten engaged to Jared Kushner, and it seemed that her and Taylor tried to maybe put some rumors to rest that there was drama between them when, a month after she got engaged, KARLIE attended the Reputation tour and posted this photo with Taylor. That same year, she did an interview with Vogue by herself where she was answering questions, and she said that her and Taylor were still really good friends.
I'm cool with you and Taylor?
The world needs to know. Well, Jennifer Lawrence was interested. Jen, don't worry. Taylor and I are still really good friends.
Well, that's good to hear.
This was also the year that Taylor was turning 30, and she ended up writing 30 lessons she learned before 30 in Elle, and had addressed friendships in lesson 20, writing, "Learning the difference between lifelong friendships and situationships. Something about we're in our young 20s hurls people together into groups that can feel like your chosen family, and maybe they will be for the rest of your life, or maybe they'll just be your comrades for an important phase, but not forever. It's sad, but sometimes when you grow, you outgrow relationships. You may leave behind friendships along the way, but you'll always keep the memories." KARLIE was asked about this by Andy Cohen, and she ended up saying she was really lucky to call Taylor a friend and praised her hard work and said she loved what she wrote. Fans were not buying their friendship, even though KARLIE had tried to continue the narrative. The two just weren't seen together like they once were, and Taylor wasn't in attendance at KARLIE's wedding. The wedding, however, was attended by Scooter Braun, which some feel was possibly the breaking point in their friendship. Scooter and his wife were very close to KARLIE and her husband. They had often posted a ton on Instagram, going on trips together, despite his drama with Taylor. Basically, if you guys don't know, Big Machine owned Taylor's masters and sold to private equity group Ithaca Holdings, an entity that was owned by Scooter Braun. He then sold her masters to another company, Shamrock Holdings, for a reported $300 million in 2019. Taylor had been very vocal about how she was left out of the conversation to purchase her original first 6 albums, and it's the very reason she is re-recording all of her music and putting out Taylor's version, because these were bought from under her. And at one point, when Taylor spoke out publicly trying to get a hold of her masters, she made mentions of the KARLIE group, asking them for help, saying that they were the ones to, quote, put up the money Scooter used to buy Big Machine and own all of her original 6 albums. And the thing about this is, KARLIE is married to Josh Kushner, who is connected to the KARLIE group, the same investment company that played a role in funding Scooter's purchase of Big Machine, which is her former record label that owned her masters. Taylor was calling on them for help in the situation, and seeing as she's re-recording her albums and just announced 1989 Taylor's version, we know that obviously help did not come and she did not get ownership of her masters. So Taylor fans have not loved KARLIE after speculating that this put a major rift between them, because obviously, you know, if her husband is playing somewhat of a part in this whole thing and she's friends with Scooter, that is just not the best look when Taylor has felt totally just betrayed by all of them. And it also didn't help that a lot of Taylor's other friends were very vocal at the time that all of this was going on, except for KARLIE. KARLIE had chosen to just post photos of herself while her other friends were posting statements in support of Taylor. And so a lot of Taylor fans were going to KARLIE's comment section, begging her to speak up and to, you know, talk about the situation, give some support, but that wasn't actually going to happen. Her and her husband continued hanging out with Scooter, which only made fans more upset, ultimately turning against her. And it gets even trickier because Scooter had managed KARLIE for years. That's why they were so close that rumors went around that KARLIE had actually leaked personal information to Scooter about Taylor. And obviously that just sounds like a bunch of gossip and like things that, you know, who knows really what happened. But the only reason why fans believed that this was a possibility of something that actually happened was because 2 of Taylor's close friends had liked a tweet on Twitter at the time all of this was going down that said, according to Perez Hilton, the reason why Taylor Swift isn't close to KARLIE KLOSS anymore, it is because she found out that KARLIE was telling things about her and her career to Scooter Braun. And like I said, 2 of her friends had liked this, and one of them was recently just seen with Taylor, Ashley. She was just out to dinner with Taylor a few months ago. So people feel like, you know, if she's liking it, she must know the truth, and she's pretty close to Taylor, so why would she like something that isn't true? And if it is, that's so bad. I mean, obviously, it's very clear why they wouldn't be friends if that was the case. But this brings us to yesterday night at the Eras Tour in LA when fans spotted KARLIE there. It was a complete shock to see her in the crowd, especially just in like a regular section. I mean, I feel like that's pretty telling. People want to know why she went and if Taylor even knew she was going. And also noted how brave it was for her to show face in a place that is so supportive of Taylor given all that's happened, especially on a night where she's announcing a re-recorded album because of the fact that she lost her masters, which it sounds like KARLIE's husband played a role in her losing. Like, the whole thing is just mind-blowing. It's crazy. And like I said, I didn't even believe it was her until people started posting that she was taking pictures with people. I just couldn't process it. Taylor has special VIP sections for celebrities who have come to her shows, so they have extra security and all of this, and the fact that KARLIE wasn't in one of those sections, I mean, it just says everything. People also made fun of the fact that Adam Sandler was in the VIP tent and not someone who used to be her best friend.
I'm sorry, if Taylor Swift used to be my best friend and Taylor Swift used to say in interviews, this is the light of my life, she's the reason I keep going, she's the love of my life, I love everything about her, and now I'm in lower bowl with the Gen Pop, I would end it all.
I'm not sure what's funnier to think about the fact that either KARLIE KLOSS waited in the Ticketmaster queue or she bought a $3,000 resale ticket for section 300. But like, now that I think about it, she had to have like gone through like the general line, like she had to go through security. She probably brought a clear bag. What about the fact that she had to hike up the ramp to get to the section 2 or 300? I can't remember which one she was in. I didn't really see, but I remember climbing that ramp and I wanted to kill. But like, also imagine her asking like someone who worked at the stadium, where is this seat?
I mean, the fact that KARLIE KLOSS, who used to basically live with Taylor, had to bring a clear bag and wait in those long bathroom lines with the fans is a crazy thought. Some were saying that she was later moved to the VIP tent, but there's no photos of that. There's no videos of that. And what there are videos of are her singing from her seats in the 200 section during Shake It Off, which is basically towards the end of the show. I mean, once she's singing Shake It Off, she's doing those 2 surprise songs and then she only has Midnights left to perform. So I think she genuinely was in her section the whole time. But what a drama-filled night. Super entertaining, I will say. Definitely a way to knock out this first leg of the tour. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this and the fact that KARLIE was brave enough to show face in a stadium of people that don't really like her. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.